Tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio, dropping knowledge in the studio you already know.
Thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. This your boy, the undisputed king, pin of the South, Prince Hakeem.
Hey, this is your man, Ronnie Ron. Hakeem, what's happening? What's going on?
What's good, man? I'm asking you.
Much, man. I'm out here. I'm reading reports after reports after report. And then next thing I know, I'm like, yo, you like, Ronnie, we got to do a show today. I said, oh, crap. I forgot today was show day.
We do. Matter of fact, we do a show whenever this brother tell us, let's do a show. I said, come on, let's go.
Oh, really? Who this brother is, man? You got to tell me who this brother is.
You know who this is. This family to me. So I don't, you know what I mean? So yeah, and he's family, you know what I mean? Our boy Herman, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Herman's back on the show. I remember last time he was on the show, we were talking about is the black race is a curse. He did a good job. He said today
he did a wonderful job. Did a wonderful job. So now we're back on here talking about one of our fallen from the sky, our beloved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey Herman, what's going on, man? What's happening with you?
What they do, Herman?
What's going on, gentlemen?
Bro, it seems like you sipping on Hennessy right now, man. Hey, pass me a cup. Hakeem is on his Red Bull, so he good. Yeah. I'm the only one that's feeling weak. It's sluggish.
I got a Red Bull right now. I'm mixing two of them right now in one cup right now.
Yeah. But Hakeem, this topic today is actually kind of interesting because Herman actually brought up to our attention that R. Kelly is on trial, which is crazy. His trial started this past week, Wednesday.
Yeah.
So Herman brought it to our attention, and he said he's gonna speak on it. And I'm like, for people that let the people aware, like what's actually going on. I'm gonna just read the article, and then we get to it. The first person to testify in R. Kelly trial her name is Johanna Johnson Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
She was allegedly sexually abused at the age of 16, and also she was on the Netflix show on Surviving R. Kelly. And now she's testifying. Now she has the age of 28 now. So she was the first to testify on her alleged abuse from R. Kelly. And they say it didn't go too well with R. Kelly because they actually had DNA found on her T-shirt. So Herman, what made you want to talk about this topic?
I just want to talk about the fact that several blacks are being charged.
So in your case, do you think is R. Kelly guilty of the sexual assault?
I'm with everybody else. So certain, it's not looking good at all.
It's not. But you know what the funny thing is, man, Hakeem, you and I had a conversation this week how in the black community, this is very common.
Very, very common. Very, very common. Herman, and just as well as you, we could vividly remember growing up seeing older dudes pick up younger girls out of high school out in front of Adapata. I remember this vividly. There's some names I don't even want to mention who I can vividly remember was knocking down 16, 17-year-olds. You know what I'm saying?
So is it really sexual assault if the woman is kind of open to the idea of having sex with an older guy?
Now, here's the thing. At that age, we didn't know no better. Right now, when you know the law and stuff like that, it's just like, you know what I mean? What we thinking, what I thought was something normal. Okay, this is an older dude. This is a dude roughly around now. But now when you start to think of it, like, you sleeping with a child. You know,
in some states it is illegal to date a 16 or even a 14-year-old.
Yeah. There's some
depending on the state.
Like I think if I'm not mistaken, Massachusetts is the one where the legal age is 17. Another state is, but you want to know something from a cultural point when we start to look at dealing with this. You see the thing why I like the fact that you brought this up because whenever it's one of us doing this is magnified.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's brought up like to the screen. Just like we had the conversation about Brother Polite. He's going through this one. And me just going back over the case and I'm like, there's some things that just ain't right about this. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like the story just seemed kind of choppy. And the reason why I want to just agree with what Herman said earlier is not looking right. I don't know if you also know this, that R. Kelly's doctor about to testify and said that he's had herpes since 2000. You hear me?
I hear you.
Now this mean that saying that, because I read the article, they're saying that he knowingly had this and was sleeping with all the girls he was with unprotected. You know all them girls got herpes, allegedly.
I didn't go deep into the case. Also, all them girls have herpes.
They didn't say it have herpes, but this was one of the people who's about to testify saying that they wanted to know that he knowingly had herpes at the time he was dealing with all these women and giving it to them.
My question is to you, because I think Herman knows this as well. You know, he was dating Aaliyah when she was 14. So she never came out saying that she had herpes. So it kind of probably might go against what the doctor is saying.
You see, sometimes I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, bro. Sometimes it be shit that just be in the dark and we'll never know. We'll never
Good
know.
point.
So, somebody will never talk about it. That's why it's imperative we have these kind of conversations to dissect it in a way that legally doesn't get us in trouble, because we're just having a conversation. But the thing about this is this what's going on with R. Kelly is a microcosm of what we see on a daily basis. But there is people like Boosie and all these other people who say that, hey, matter of fact, I don't know if y'all know this other guy, this YouTuber, he always say, this black dude just said the other day, I never see this much pressure when it's a white. You feel what I'm saying?
I have to agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm saying, like, I know, you know what I mean? I've heard of white boys doing this, like fucking young girls for forever. Like, you know what I mean? So, but when they were saying this for R. Kelly, we've been hearing this shit about R. Kelly for years.
Years. And one case, remember that case he did beat, the one about on the sex tape, he beat that case. So it was like kind of off for him to go back to trial again. So my thing is like, why he's going back and trial when he already beat the case when it was talking about the sex tape. Now he's going back to trial again but I don't know if you guys ever saw Surviving R. Kelly. In Surviving R. Kelly, one of the girls, I forgot one of the girls that was allegedly abused sexually, she said that her parents was also involved. So I'm like, if her parents was involved, then how that R. Kelly doing something wrong if her parents already involved in the whole situation that he paid them to date their daughter? I don't know. You heard that story?
No, I did hear that story. I watched it. I thought it was distasteful. It was hard to watch. It was hard to consume. A lot of the stuff didn't seem correct. A lot of y'all forget one of these girls is testifying. One of these girls was blackmailing R. Kelly and stole $20,000-$30,000.
Correct.
And she herself was in a threesome with him and her and a young girl. You hear what I'm saying?
Facts. That's a fact.
That's a fact. Like these whole, like sometimes these girls be with this type of stuff, and then they getting brothers caught up. We don't really know 100% of the stuff. This man could be sitting in jail just off of pure allegation.
Yep.
You get what I'm trying to say? Fucking Bill Cosby sat in jail for all that time, and come to find out,
he didn't even do it.
He didn't even do it.
So my thing is, that's what I was trying to tell you. Is it really sexual assault? Or the women freely had sex with him? Because remember, it's a major star. That's why I say sometimes I'm like, because like for example, let's say Herman walked down the street, he's well known, and in Miami, he can sleep with any girl he wants.
Yeah, basically.
So they giving them their consent, but the problem is people say no, it's an underage girl. But I don't know, what is the law in Florida for underage women anyway?
I'll tell you right now.
Why you look that up? Herman, what do you think? Do you really think he's really truly guilty, or they just trying to get some money grab out of it?
The check stop in R. Kelly story.
Mm-hmm. But people keep, not only that, but people keep forgetting too. There's also some women that also date younger men as well.
Mm-hmm.
They don't talk about that at all.
Yeah, definitely. But you see, it's a double standard when it comes to women. Like, I don't know if you heard about the story of this white dude who was molested by his teacher.
I never heard that story. Wow.
Yeah. Had got the teacher pregnant. Now, years later, he's forced to pay child support.
Really?
Yeah. Go look it up. Go Google it.
I'm going to look that up. Wow.
He's forced to pay child support. So there's a double standard for a lot of stuff when it comes to men and stuff. White guys go through this too. All it takes is an accusation. They don't even have to be no DNA or something. That's why I said I had to really go back and sat back and thought about that whole polite thing. Because you want to know why? When I said to myself, what grown woman is going to allow her daughter to go to an after party, a 14-year-old? I said, that doesn't even sound right. You feel me?
We got to do a report on that.
You got to do a report like when you start to break stuff down. So let me read this. It says in Florida, it is illegal for a person aged 18 or older to have sex with somebody under the age of 18, even if the sex is consensual. The reason for that is the minor are not capable of giving informed consent to sex in the eyes of the law. And this is called the Romeo and Juliet law.
So that's in Florida. So right now, a lot of guys are supposed to be in jail.
Niggas supposed to be doing hard prison time.
Drop Mike.
Niggas supposed to be doing hard prison time for panty rating them little girls.
Well,
Wow, that's crazy. Also, that's why they give him polite. We gonna go to the polite story, you know, when we get our full report. But yeah, you know, that's the problem with him because remember he supposedly had sex with a girl in Florida, in Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
So that's why they throwing the book at him.
Yeah, so basically, they're gonna hit him with the Romeo and Juliet law because this is for victims 14 to 17. You feel I'm trying to say? So but the thing about it is like another thing. We first and foremost, I want everybody on this podcast to understand that me and the co-host and our guests here, we do not support that goofy shit.
No,
let's just first. I just want people to know that because I don't want people to think we're siding with the men. No, we don't support that shit. We find out you guilty, we don't want nothing to do with you. But the thing that we want to highlight is, hey man, do you think sometimes they could be throwing a case on a nigga? Just
that's the thing. That's why we're gonna ask Herman. Yeah, that happens too. Because they want to see more black men in jail. So yeah, they'll throw it on.
You know what I'm saying? And these little girls be with this stuff. And this is the reason why a lot of women have an issue when men say we don't want to date single moms. This is kind of one of the reasons. This is the main reason. We got our safety to worry about, our name to worry about. You have a little girl, and then I know they'll say some goofy stuff. Hey, if you're not gonna do nothing wrong, there's nothing for you to worry. No, it doesn't work like that. I know somebody specifically who had to move out of Miami because of a allegation in Opelika. This was an older man.
Facts.
Somebody went and said, hey, he touched me. Niggas in the neighborhood wanted him out. They wanted to do him bad. He had to pack up him, his daughter, his kids, and get up out of there. To find out years later, it was a lie.
Yeah, that's what I want to tell you too. I want to ask that to Herman as well. I want to say my question is, what is the girl was coach on saying R. Kelly raped her when he actually didn't rape her?
That doesn't matter. R. Kelly's not gonna get exonerated. My bad. Go ahead, Herman.
Nah, you good. I was just gonna say, on some level, women are coached. Certain details, leading questions that they're asked. So it's very well possible that they were coached.
Mm-hmm.
But how can you say he won't be exonerated? Why you say that? Even though the woman was coached.
How many people we know has been accused of anything sexual once they find out? Did they get their life back? Do we hear about them anymore?
Yeah. Oh, good point. No, they automatically get ostracized.
Let's bring up Kobe Bryant since you.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, but Kobe Bryant. To be honest, people actually agree that he didn't do it. Now.
No, they did, but they still bring it up even after he dead.
Good point. That's true.
Listen,
it stuck with you.
That man had died, and Gail was still talking about the same case. Like, oh, no man. Did they forget that case? That girl had 3-4 different semen in her.
Come on.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
go in. Facts.
And bro, she still went and had got a check behind that.
Yep, facts.
Like let's really start talking. So let's really start talking some stuff, man. That's why, man. We need to make some of these chicks sign NDA forms before they get in the room. Hey, sign right here.
Oh no, you know what? I agree with you. You know, I was trying to say that too because I think now we live in a different age that we already know the courts kind of favors the women more than the men.
100%.
So for man to protect himself, I think he need to have text messages, something written down. Even time you finna engage with a girl, don't be quickly to delete the tag. Don't quit to delete Facebook, Instagram. Keep those messages because these women now are very conniving, and you can lose everything in one shot.
Oh my God, bro! Let's talk about that. R. Kelly, listen. R. Kelly have been sitting in prison for damn near a year, bro. He ain't been making no money.
No money.
His family.
Remember, he was canceled. They're not playing his stuff on the radio.
Yeah,
I haven't heard nothing on R. Kelly on the radio.
Yeah, same here. And mind you, I think I need to go on to see if there was anything about him and if I could stream any of his music. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of people who done did worse. Still gets be out here eating.
Yeah, facts. So I don't, it's very touchy because R. Kelly is he's a music genius, a songwriter genius.
Oh my God.
That I would never take that away from him. But when it comes to rape victim and women, I take it really personal because,
No.
especially in our community, Black women tend to get sexually assaulted a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So we gotta stand with the Black women on that.
Yeah.
But what I read, I say, but my only concern is sometimes I think some of these women been coached in the way that make it seem like it's real, so you get some money out of it.
Listen here, and this is something that we want the audience to understand. We know the statistics. We know that Black women are targeted and sexually assaulted at home, or as far as being raped and stuff like that. Like, we understand that, but we're just trying to make sure that how we're going to be able to, we got to protect the women, but we also got to protect the men as well. Listen, you ain't going to have enough good men if you keep sending them away in jail for false allegations.
Facts.
You know what I mean? People forget that stuff that happened with Rihanna and Chris Brown was so many years ago. They still bring it up.
Yeah.
They still bring it up. They call them all types of names and stuff like that. So when I see how they just broke down R. Kelly, and just so many different personal stuff is coming out that this man had hurt people. You know what I mean? Like they said he knowingly gave it to people. Man, that's embarrassing, bro.
It is. They're trying to destroy him. Remember, he was on that show on Good Morning America when he was talking to I forgot the lady's name, and she was like, "Y'all trying to kill me? Y'all trying to destroy me?"
Yeah. That's Gail.
He literally was begging for help. People thought that was an act. I was like, no, this man literally is crying his heart out. Like, you look, they're trying to destroy everything I built for, and y'all trying to take it away from me in one shot.
And even then, that's when I kind of felt that, hey, maybe something's not right here. Because ain't nobody who's guilty. If a person who's guilty is not gonna say nothing, he might just sometime. But this man really went up there to have a conversation, which a lawyer would have told him, "Hey man, you ain't supposed to be doing no goofy shit like that. Sit your ass down. Let us fight this case for you." But now let's talk about this. Now, is this a situation where we could say that women have an upper hand when it comes to certain aspect of society? With the fact that you can destroy a man's family, his name, like, because R. Kelly name doesn't work. It's not worth anything. No. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody's not going to work with him. He's not going to be able to make no money. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. His name is destroyed. After this trial here, I think this trial ends in 2 more weeks. If he found guilty, he pretty much lose everything. He sent it to jail over on 20 years in prison.
That's not some shit I want.
Yeah.
Like, just to hear that, man. Yo, like, a lot of people forget. Anybody who was an 80s baby, nigga, you was on that R. Kelly. Like, a lot of niggas had that R. Kelly shit pumping on them tapes.
Yeah, I Believe I Can Fly.
Yeah.
Bumping and grinding. You know, My Body Touching Your Body. Like, all those stuff. But I ain't gonna lie. The problem is with R. Kelly, people say he did that to himself. You get what I'm saying? I kind of agree with that because he did that to himself because he should have known better. Like, you dealing with a 6-year-old, chances are they're gonna bite you in the ass. Like,
I just think, Herman, I you sound like you want to say it. I didn't want to,
Yeah, Herman looked quiet. He looked shocked.
Nah, listen, that's like who's from the innocent from.
Yeah.
We know for a fact of their age.
Facts.
Now, somehow the burden of the girls, whatever, I don't know, it can't be, but that is what it is. But
you got to keep it in mind too. Remember, half of the women, especially in the Black community, are not being raised with fathers at the home. So women, especially a baby girl as a young age, are looking for a father figure. So they see a guy, let's say a 6-year-old see a guy that's 18. Remember, he assumed some form of masculinity what a woman is looking for because they always been looking for that father figure. So when a guy comes around, he coached that woman, and that's when he's able to manipulate her most of the time. Especially for us, I hear a story all the time, especially from the inner city. Girls will walk down the street from Jackson. They will literally walk down the street. The guy come with the 42, rimmed up, come over, pull up, and they're like, "Yo, baby, what's good? I'll take you home." And the girl would literally jump in the car. And I know you know that story too, because you was raised in the streets, so you know.
No, I've seen that happen plenty of times. There's several girls.
Man, listen, they used to wait outside the gate for the bell to ring, man.
Exactly. And the mom don't say anything because the mom is getting in check.
Man, hey, it was a girl that used to stay on Herman Block. I think I seen, I don't know if you might know, she was kind of dark skinned and kind of skinny and tall. I used to see dudes pick her up all the time. And I know she was younger than me. You feel me saying?
But then look what the moms do. The mom don't say nothing because the mom's like, yo, I'm getting a check. She's well taken care of. The guy, he's mature. That's what the mom say. He's mature. So we make it acceptable in the community. Now you don't hear that going on in the Jewish community. You don't hear that at all.
No. Because usually, here's the funny thing about other cultures, just like Asians, Arabs, and stuff like that. In third world country, as soon as you get a menstrual cycle, you already get ready to get married. That's and I'm not saying that's definitive. I don't want nobody to just beat me down on that. But around like 16, 17, in a third world country, most girls are married off in like certain countries. And they already start having kids at 16, 17 years. That's facts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts. You speaking facts.
You know what I mean? We talking about back in the days, the Asian, you know what I mean? A lot of these girls was young mothers and stuff like that. It was already with a grown-ass man at 17 years old, already a housewife in the house.
Because I told you, because the women at that age are easy to be coachable. That's why you see older men date younger women, because they easy to be coachable. They won't date a woman their own age, because she kind of already set in her ways. And that's one of the issues we have. You know, when we do our topic on women, and that's one of the issues we always be like, most of the women ain't coachable. So men feel like, let me get a younger girl. Let me get a 16-year-old, because I know she's still immature and she's going to her maturity. And let me coach her right then, and I can tell her what to do. And there's some girls, after they reach a certain age, even if they're 22 and up, they'll still try to look for that guy again, the older guy they used to date back then. It was just surprising. They was still thinking about that guy they used to date when they was 16.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. I'm just saying, like, what can we come to a common ground with these issues about, like, you know what I mean, these things with these guys and these allegations? Feel me?
We gotta make sure we have more fathers at the home. I think that's the number one thing, because the father were like, I don't want you dating this man. But now there's also a story I hear too. I don't know if you're reaching it. It was in Atlanta. It was two twins. They was known for TikTok. I don't know if you heard about it. Their boyfriend came and shot the father and killed the father.
Yeah, that was in Alabama.
That was in Alabama, and the girl was underage and the man was older, you see? So stuff like that does happen.
Yeah. That was sad. That was sad.
I don't know if Herman heard that story. The father was there, he didn't want the guy to date him anymore. And the guy came in and shot the
No. Let me tell you what happened. He didn't want them he wanted them to stop twerking online.
Oh, twerking online. Oh.
But the other girl boyfriend was there, and he charged that the other boy, the girl boyfriend, and the guy killed him. So basically, he's about to get off on stand your ground.
Wow.
You know what I mean? This is the issue too. This is not the first thing. There was a case in Louisiana where there was a 16-year-old who was fucking this guy's daughter, and he already told the guy to leave. The young guy came right back with a pistol and killed the daddy.
Yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah, correct.
You know what I mean? So we're talking about, we're living a very lawless day where the man gets no respect anymore. This is why you have to be careful on who you have kids with. You have to be careful on who you lay down and sleep with. You know what I mean?
Facts. So Herman, what you got, man? Any final thoughts? What's up?
Final
No, but Herman, I definitely understand. I definitely understand when you wanted to come and talk about this, because this type of situation could happen to any one of us. You know what I mean? And it's hard, and everybody got a lot to lose. You know what I mean? I know personally for me, you know, I take care of my mom and my dad and stuff like that. And, you know, we all trying to build businesses and stuff. One allegation can put a nigga away, and that means that who's gonna be out here for your family? You feel what I'm trying to say? Women don't care about that. They don't think about that. You know what I mean? This is why you see more and more men who are not in relationships who just want to have sex. You know what I mean? More and more men who don't want to date girls with kids, or don't, you know what I mean, doesn't want capacity. And people look at me like the bad guy because I say, hey, you got kids? You got to even be more careful with even getting with a woman who has boys now. Because boys now are on the stuff where they're talking about, hey, he Romeo and Juliet me. You hear what I'm saying?
I'm hearing what you're saying.
A little boy could say, yeah, he Romeo and Juliet me. And, and the first thing, they're going to go believe the child before they believe you. Be like, man, I ain't touched that kid.
Which is not wrong. I think parents should believe the child, because in our community, like I said, it's very common.
I understand that, but then
girls are more than being sexual assault.
They are, but what about when those situations are not 100% true, and if people's lives get so this is why when you say, hey, your kid can't stay here while I'm in the house.
Yeah.
I'm that gangster. I do stuff like that. I'm like, nah, they can't stay here with me. Oh, what's wrong? I said, I just don't trust them.
I agree. No, that's smart. To me, that's very smart.
I don't trust
Yeah,
them.
you know, I'm about to be on that route too, because when you consider the day single mother, I'm like, hey, you know, I don't want the kids when I'm around. I want the kids around me.
Basically, and they, you know what I mean. And you got to say, shit. My name is everything. I got to be. I got to worry about myself. People got.
But you know, there's gonna be some mother. Oh, I want you to. When you get to know me, you get to know my child. Nah.
It doesn't work like that. I'm not here. I'm not here from your child. Matter of fact, if you want us to be serious, you need to think about leaving your child with your baby daddy if you want to make us work.
Yep. Facts.
That should be the new law. Hey, baby, you want to get with me? Your child can't stay in the house with her. He has to go with her baby dad. You want to get married with me?
Well, I mean, yeah, I agree with that, and I think Herman agrees as well. I think Herman agrees as well. I think that's the best way to go in this generation. This is the best route.
Hey, Herman, you know I'm telling the truth, and you could do that, Herman. Not to put out your job, but you work a very serious job.
Mm-hmm.
You work at a place that's considered a career. Am I wrong? You work at a place that's literally a career. You're not going to want to jeopardize for any whole hissy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say? Especially as I know how hard it is to get the type of job you got. Just for it to be, you get what I'm trying to say? Just as well as you, Ronnie, you work at a job. You've been at your job for an assortment amount of years. You've already built up sweat equity. So we're talking about a situation where you guys are high value men making over $50,000 a year. All it takes is one allegation.
Yeah, it's all gone. That's why I'm very serious on who I date.
You feel me? That's all it takes is one allegation. Where it be like, hey, this nigga Romeo and Juliet me.
Bro, I'm at the point now. I don't even argue with me. If it gets violent, I'm calling the police. People looking at me crazy like, Roddy, you calling the police? I'm calling the police.
You gotta protect
if the woman crazy, I'm calling the police. I'm going to restrain the order, because when you grow on this level, you understand the court favors the woman. Now when you gotta put like, you know what? I'm gonna put the law behind my back. And that's a fact. And I think not only that, I think we need to do a podcast on that, because I think we need to teach that to men. Yeah, because men need to know these things.
No, they do. We need to call it rules of engagement for when you're dealing with women in 2021.
Facts.
You know what I
start
mean?
yapping, putting hands up, call the police.
Call the police. Don't take girls on expensive dates anymore. Don't deal with women with kids. If you deal with a woman with kids, ask if the baby father can take the child.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm trying to say? Don't be dating a woman who has too many problems. No bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's a bunch of things, but this whole thing with these kids stuff and these single moms. Listen, it all goes back to the whole single mom situation. The single mom situation, or goes back to these kids. And these guys are getting hammered and getting in allegations, man. We need to start really seriously thinking about this, man. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be so enamored at this. Listen, I love the kids. I want to protect the kids, but to protect the kids, we need to create an environment where these things doesn't even happen anymore. And that environment meaning that you need to have proper dating, and women don't know how to pick good men.
Mm-hmm.
What I told you in the last episode, and Herman, you probably didn't hear this. We need to start a new service where we're pairing up women with men who want to get married, and they allow them, not letting them pick the man anymore, because they can't pick a man. All these girls say, oh, I'm going to be the rich auntie. Like, that's supposed to be cute. A lot of you girls ain't boss chicks. A lot of you girls are not bosses. It's a nigga behind you supplementing your income, ho. You know what I mean? You prancing around on Instagram. Listen, a lot of the girls who be posting up on Instagram and on Facebook saying that living my best life, it's a nigga in the next room who don't get talked about. They never mention him, but he's supplementing her income. It's about family. It's about name. This is why when women give up their womb for less, and they're not able to get married. What about your legacy?
Yep.
Oprah has all this money, but she doesn't have no kids. She can put up as many buildings up in her name and stuff like that. What legacy she got going? As soon as
I won't be surprised. But I think Oprah probably do have kids. You don't know because she's so private. You won't even know, bro.
No, she doesn't have kids because she been with Stedman for this long. They don't have no kids. Gail,
but I think they won't televise it. That's what I'm saying. Like, they'll be so private.
They could be. But her friend Gail got kids and they're married. Gail has a legacy. Gail has a family name. She was married before. This is why when people start clowning and say, no, girl, Go be a boss chick you want. If you're not married, you unkept, man. You know what they call that in our culture? A broken mule.
Everybody's job is cut.
What you say they call it again?
A broken mule, Homer. You know what I'm talking about.
I was saying you about to have Herbert drop his Hennessy bottle.
Yeah, we can't use you for nothing. You can't pull no cart. You can't do nothing. You know what I mean? Tell me they don't look at women like that at a certain age. You're like, you don't got no kids?
I already know.
You think a man is attracted to you because you got cars and money? You don't know. And when you say, oh, I don't want no kids. No, you don't want no kids because you can't have them or something to issue. Come on. Don't make it proud to be sick. A lot of these girls running around here proud to say, oh, I'm single, I'm living. Or what if she doesn't want to? Okay, no, you're going to be crying. We built this place. Who's going to flush your plumbing out?
No. He's a broken mule.
A broken mule. No, I'm on some serious stuff. These girls want to make it seem like they're better than us when they need us. There was a case the other day in Atlanta where there was a girl getting carjacked and dragged into another car and got kidnapped.
Yeah, I heard, and she died.
She died.
She got murdered. They murdered her.
And
the boyfriend was on the phone. He's like, "Oh my God, you getting kidnapped?" I'm like, "Bro, go down there. What the hell?"
You know what I mean? And you want to
scary dude. I'm like, dude. He was a rapper too. I'm like, dude. And you want to be a gangster?
You know what I mean? And I think that God bless her soul. And I'm still want to question that, but you know, and she was. And I use that as an example to a lot of women. I say, a lot of you women are living in apartments by yourself. It's a nigga watching you, waiting to catch you slipping. And you around here saying, I'm living my best life. I'm the rich auntie. I don't need no girl. You had to have somebody come in front of that front door in this box so niggas can look. Now, it's a nigga over there.
Oh, there's another topic we got to do. We got to do a topic. We got to do a topic is, are women codes say, I don't need no man? Oh, man.
No, they coded, but they're going to lose at the end of the day. Listen, what we got against, I'm about to say something that's going to get me in trouble. I'm going to end this like this.
Okay, go ahead.
Herman, and listen, you know what we got? You know what advantage that we got against a lot of these women? Time.
Damn.
That's how we're going to beat this game, time. Doesn't matter. Think about this. Women innately have to get married young. Because you want to know why? After a certain age, they can't have kids no more. And by that time, if you can't have their kids no more, your prospects on getting a man is kind of slim to none. It's going to be harder. For us, a lot of people recommend for men to get married at 40, to be honest with you, at 45. Because you want to know why? By that age, your money situation got a little bit better. You don't probably land into a good job. You feel me?
Facts.
Some people have probably been in their job 5-10 years, so you ready to equately finance it. So I tell women this, and I don't want to mention no names. There's a lot of girls who went to school with us, Herman and Ron, even in my age. There's some girls who I know they're single at 40. Brothers, I want you to understand that, Queens, we don't be just talking to this just to be talking. We want y'all to get married, but you're looking like a broken mule. You're looking like a broken mule. We don't want this to go down for you. We want to pair you up. We want to make sure that even the baby mamas out here, but there has to be a rule of engagement.
Preach.
That's all we trying to say. You got 2-3 kids. You got this and that. Make sure if you want to get married, you know what I mean? There's some things you have to do. But a lot of these girls who are my age, they getting these BBLs, getting their body lifts, thinking that's going to attract a man. No, man. Men still want to know that they can make some kids. At 40, they still want to know they can skeet up. That's why a lot of you girls are posting pictures online that ain't no dudes a picture. We don't see that in the Hispanic community, in the Arab community, in the Chinese community. Whenever them girls is on there, they niggas get posted. Matter of fact, they don't even have a single. Matter of fact, some of these people don't have personal Facebooks. They have marriage Facebooks where all the comments and then goes to one Facebook account. Tell me if I'm lying, people.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? That's all that, and that's really all that I gotta say about that. People, let's raise our kids the right way where we're not putting good brothers away. And mind you, and if these brothers are panty rating and Romeo and Juliet them, we need to put them away. That's all I gotta say.
Facts. And that being said, KR Culture Radio,
we out.
Out.
Man, I just appreciate y'all just listening. Stay tuned for the next episode.